ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
I'm sure you have heard about ChatGPT by now. If you haven't, you must check your pulse. Everyone on the internet is going crazy about it. But what's more interesting is that almost everyone with half the clue about technology is talking about it. They are telling others how the world will not be the same again. And I think these things are overhyped but underestimated. So, as a qualified professional, let me uncover some of the myths about ChatGPT today. The first one is somewhat obvious, and it is that ChatGPT is a new revolutionary AI. It's a game changer. But realistically speaking, it is slightly better conversational chatbot. However, the way it was marketed, that's commendable. And if you feed an AI system everything that is on internet, then it has to be this good, right? And still, it is not that smart yet. It can improve over time. That's a different story. Another myth people have been speculating about is that it will replace Google. And many people are using it like that. But again, fundamentally, both have different functions. Because when you ask Google a question or just input some keywords, it lists websites containing those keywords or answers. And as a user, you make the final decision based on those pages and pages of information. But ChatGPT picks up an answer or makes one based on the information it was trained on. And then it presents that output in a conversational style, which could be flawed, it could be incomplete or inaccurate. And in most cases, you have no way of figuring that out. Now imagine you ask your friend a question and they give you bad advice, but they do it very confidently. So you get an unhelpful answer and yet you rely on it because they said it with such a confidence. A lot is being said about ChatGPT's creativity, which I think is a bit of a hit and miss. In the true sense, it is not creative. It cannot be because all it can do is regurgitate what it has learned. And most importantly, it can only tell you if you ask for it. It's not like that you have a chat window open, you're doing something else, and suddenly ChatGPT says, "Hey, can I tell you a joke or a story?" That's not happening. If you ask a specific question, sure, it can give you a recipe, it can give you a story, it can also help you write some computer code. But at the end of the day, it is just an app, and a lot will depend on what you ask and how you ask it.
Dada, can you tell me a story?
In fact, a few weeks ago, we tried using ChatGPT to write a story and a screenplay for us. It did somewhat okay job. I had to do a lot of editing and rework to fix it, to make it usable and practical. And even then, we had to spend a lot of time implementing it, acting, shooting, editing, everything.
Interesting. Let's make it funnier.
That's the point. No matter how smart your AI system is, it can only advise you. You will have to do the work to implement that advice. And that means ChatGPT will not be replacing people any sooner. It can come in handy for various white collar professionals. But it will not replace your plumber, electrician, or even security guard. Finally, the biggest myth being spread out about ChatGPT is that every business must start using ChatGPT now. That is very salesy tactic to create FOMO, to sell you something. Look, the point is every technology gets overhyped in the short term and underestimated in the long run. And people use your ignorance to sell you something. So keep paying attention, have an open mind, keep yourself updated, and prepare yourself for continuous change.